Peace. My name is Langston2092 if you're new to this channel. And what I want to talk to you all about is gig apps. And before I do that, I want to give you all like a little background of, my experience in working. So, my first job was at this grocery store called Harris Teeter. I was a bag guy, would bag people's groceries. I would get carts. I would clean the bathrooms, male and female bathrooms, and whatever else they had me doing, right? And then after that, I wound up quitting that job. I got another job at Piccadilly's. This is like this restaurant, like Golden Corral, like buffet style. And I was a dishwasher. I couldn't stand that because I would get dirty and messy and all of that. Food would be everywhere. It was just a disgusting job, right? I quit that job. And then I went and I worked at this this kind of like, it was a senior citizens home or whatever, a home, for old people, in a cafeteria. Now, I was a dishwasher then. The only perks to that job was, whatever food that was left, we got to take home. Now, taking heed, it wasn't like no old folks nasty food. It was like buffets and exquisite, like they had chefs, like top-notch chefs there cooking steaks and salmon steaks and all types of stuff. So that was the perks to it. But at the end of the day, I wound up quitting that. So as I got older, as a young adult, I worked for IBM. I used to build laptops and regular computers, and I remember I could have been there for like 6 months, right? I got tired, right? So the assembly line is going and the computers are moving, you know what I'm saying? And it's a process. So I'm in control of building them up, and then somebody else is in control of putting them in a box. Somebody else is in control of putting them on the crates, and somebody else has in control of the forklift and taking them to load up in the truck, right? So I'm important in this role. I wind up dozing off on the job. And the manager came by, the supervisor came by and looked at me, and I picked my head up, I put my head up, and I was like, went back to sleep, right? So he wound up getting the manager. And I remember, man, I have my legs cocked up on the table. The computers are moving, like getting like jammed up on the assembly line. And the manager and the supervisor's looking at me like, shaking their heads like, what are you doing? I looked up at them and I went back to sleep. That night, the end of the shift, supervisor took me into the manager's office, and he told me I was fired. And I had the nerve to get an attitude. I was like, what? What are you firing me for? So anyway, we had badges. I threw it at him, right? And walked out. So after that, I worked for Labor Ready and Labor Works. This is like crackhead jobs. Crackheads would go to like Labor Ready and Labor Works because they would pay daily. And crackheads, they got to get their crack. So they would work throughout the day and then cash their check, $45, $50 check. That's the max that we ever got at working at these jobs, right? And they would go around the corner and spend their money on crack. That didn't last for me because I wasn't getting paid that much. I was working with crackheads. It was me and another dude, and it was only us two that wasn't on crack. Everybody else was on crack. So I stopped doing that. Let me get to the point. So then, I said, you know what? I don't want to work for anybody. I knew I just wasn't the working type. I hated going to everyday 9 to 5. I hated to go up to my supervisor. I felt as though that it was like belittling. It belittled me for me to ask a grown man, and sometimes my own age, can I use the bathroom? Can I be excused to use the bathroom? And then they'll come in the bathroom if you're going for 5-10 minutes long. And I know for some of y'all out there, y'all don't have those type of jobs, but most common folks do. Where they have to ask to use the bathroom. Where you have to go to work. You gotta clock in at 9. You gotta clock out at 5. And I just knew that working that type of work, that type of labor wasn't for me. And I started to, sell bootleg movies and CDs. And I was a street vendor. I would sell bootleg movies, CDs, clothes, pocketbooks, or whatever. And I made money off of that. I did pretty good for myself. And then eventually I came out with my two books that I wrote. I'm a self-published author. And I started selling that. But then times got rough, and bootleg movies ain't the you know what anymore, the SHIT anymore. People could go online and download a movie. That's nothing. You see what I'm saying? Technology has changed. And now, buying a CD, that's unheard of. Nobody buys no CDs anymore. Nobody buys bootleg movies anymore. If they can't go see it in the movies, they could just wait 2 months. Movies come out like this nowadays. They could just wait 2 months and get it on Redbox. It's just that plain and simple. They could download it on off the internet. So my point in making is that now we have to change, just like technology changed. Now I can't sell bootleg movies and CDs and all the rest of that stuff anymore. Now what it's about is working for yourself, being a contract for hire. So you can spend time with your children, so you can spend time with your girls, so you can spend time with a career that you really want to pursue, something that you really want to do. And in order to do that, you have to have a flexible schedule. And dealing with these gig apps such as Lyft, Uber Eats, DoorDash, Postmates, Grubhub, Instacart, Roadie, Deliv, Fiverr, Handy, and the likes, you can do that. You can set your own schedule. And that's what's so wonderful about 2019, is that we don't have to do things the old way anymore. Our mothers, grandmothers, great-great-grandmothers, and fathers had to hustle, had to bust their ass in order to get the rent. And they had to be submissive to someone else. Not anymore, not today. I work for Postmates. Well, really, I don't work for them. It's a contract for hire. So I'm an entrepreneur. I clock in when I want to clock in. I clock out when I want to clock out. And most people will say, man, that ain't no real job, man. That ain't nothing but part-time. That ain't nothing but no part-time money. But guess what? If you have a couple of apps, when Postmates don't have any jobs, no deliveries, guess what? You get on DoorDash. If DoorDash ain't doing nothing, you get on Lyft. If Lyft don't have any jobs, picking up people, then you get on Grubhub, Instacart, and you make it work. It's all about a hustle. And I think sometimes the reason why people don't like gig apps and they're so they want to work the 9 to 5 is because they're used to it. And they think that 9 to 5 holds some stability, but guess what? You can get fired like this. And then what? Then what? Don't you understand that eventually all of these gig apps will cease to exist and that jobs will be scarce, because the next wave is what? AI, artificial intelligence, robots taking over your jobs. They're doing it now. So I urge you all to take advantage of these gig apps. This is the new wave. Eventually, there won't be any jobs. Robots will be doing our work, and then we're gonna have to step up and do something else in order to make ends meet. But these gig apps are wonderful for people that are hustlers. Straight up. Let me tell you something. With Postmates, let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you how you can make some money. Keep the app on 24 hours and answer every call. I answer every call. Every order that I get, I answer it. And I put on Postmates, I put mine on motorcycle mode, so I get to see what I'm picking up. And if it's a slow day, and I Postmates, you know, that bring comes up, and I see that it's a small pizza and a salad, I'm taking it. I'm taking it, because guess what? $5, $10, $15, it all adds up. It all adds up. Plus tips, you can't beat it. This is the new wave. I'm glad that I'm living in this day and time. This is my time. Even though I'm not a millennial, it's still my time. This is the day I've been waiting for, because I've never been a bum. I've never been a lazy person. I've never been that. I've always been the leader type person. I've always been the person that I never wanted to answer to anyone. This is the reason why I have female problems now, because I don't even want to answer to my girl, my wife, or whomever I'm dealing with. I don't want to answer to no one. And these gig apps are perfect for me. Perfect. I don't have to get up at 9 o'clock in the morning. Don't get it twisted. It's not like I'm saying that I hate getting up in the morning. No, I'll get up in the morning and work out. I'll get up in the morning and focus on the new book that I'm writing. And then later on in the afternoon, you know, once things is popping for Postmates, I'm on it. Period. This is a wonderful day and time, because you don't have to clock in and out to your regular conventional job, your regular 9 to 5. That if you're a hustler, you can make your rent, you can pay your bills with these gig apps. It just depends on how much you want it. And man, yo, let me tell you something. When I get out on those streets, woo. Let me tell you, when I hear that, it's exciting. It's exciting, man. It's exciting. I got a little system going on. It works for me. And all I'm trying to do is put you onto it so it can work for you. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video. If this is your first time on this channel, hey, listen, subscribe. You know, I talk about different topics. I got a mini series going on called Fast Money Women in My Life. Very good. I think I'm on part 16. You know, check me out. Other than that, like, share, comment, and subscribe. My name is Langston 2092. 1.